Hi, it's Hot Rod Cheri here, and as promised, I wanted to share the highlights from my latest skills competition. That would be the 2025 Gulf Coast Spring Classic that was held in Gonzales, Louisiana. I'm going to break the event down into two parts. So today we're going to cover the challenge and then follow it up with a little bonus of the slow ride. And then the real adrenaline rush we're going to save for part two, where we're going to show the speed runs. So this challenge course was short and sweet with a little bit, it had a definite key takeaway for safety and awareness. At the beginning of the challenge course, they showed the riders a sequence of lights that each rider needed to recall once they completed the challenge run. And so that added a little bit of mental test to things, with the idea of simulating real world riding, where you may find yourself having to recall a chain of events after an intense situation. So by asking riders to recall and pattern immediately after pushing themselves, we're training for situational awareness, helping them stay mentally sharp, not just reactive in real riding. Especially in traffic or emergencies, that split-second awareness can make all the difference in the world. This exercise helped build on that habit, even when your heart's racing, the adrenaline's high. It's not about always riding hard, but it's about riding smart. So the challenge ride started with that. And then once the rider began, it was a 90-degree sharp turn. Then it was a slow ride for a few feet before you hit an aisle of cones. Go through the middle of them, not hit them. And then you lost your brakes, so it was brakeless through a cone weave, ending up stopping in the box, recalling your sequence of lights. And it was very enjoyable. And let's check it out. Got the emotions I was feeling before. It was the confidence is queen, I got this. And we just showed the red and the yellow and the green and the red. And that was my sequence of lights. If you can see it, it's on that golf cart in the back. Then I always take a deep breath, put on a big ol' smile, a 90-degree turn coming out. And slow as you can go. Slow, slow, slow. Yup. Head and eyes up. Through the cones. And then losing the brake. Now it's a turn and a weave. Going to weave through all of them. No brake. Stop in the box. And recall the sequence of events. Now let's take a look at the slow ride. It was simply using a parking spot. The slow ride event consisted of keeping both tires within the boundary lines of a single parking spot. Once your front tire crosses the divider line of the space, the clock starts. Then the goal is to stay within the lines of the parking spot, going as slow as you can for as long as possible without touching a line or putting a foot down. The clock runs until the rear tire fully exits the parking spot, and then it stops. My personal goal was to hit over a minute. Since I didn't make that minute, just still demonstrates that I'm still in need of a lot more practice. But I'll take the fourth best time overall and keep working on it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for part two. I'm hoping to have Amanda Jo join us for the part two speed runs recap.